So now coming to the that is next thing, that is candidate generation procedure. So I was explaining about the that is features or characteristics of candidate generation procedure that we have seen in the previous topic. Now coming to what are the different methods that are available in order to generate the candidates here. So one of the method that we have used in the algorithm is that is fk minus 1 into fk minus 1. Okay, so this is the procedure that we have used. Okay, so if you look at this one better, I will explain this first and later I will explain the other two. So in case of candidate generation, in case of fk minus 1 into fk minus 1, see we have combined the previous candidate item sets. Okay, sorry, frequent item sets. Okay, and then we have generated the candidate item set here. For example, see c2 is generated by considering the cross product of f1 with itself, that is f1 cross f1, and then c3 is generated by considering the cross product of f2 with itself, that is f2 cross f2, and then c5 will be generated with the help of f4 cross f4. So this is the thing that we will be doing in case of fk minus 1 into fk minus 1. So here the a priori gen function, so it will be generating the candidates by performing the merge of a pair of frequent k-1 item sets here. Okay, so this will be done, that is merge will be done only if the first k-2 items are identical. So I told that, so if you're finding c3 candidate 3, then the first item must be same. Okay, then only we can perform the joining of f2 here. Okay, if you're finding c4, then the first two items must be same. Okay, so that is the thing that will be following here. So in general, say if you're performing the cross product in order to find the candidates here, if you're performing the cross product or merging of frequent k-1 item sets, then their first k-2 items must be identical. That is the thing that we will be doing here. For example, if you have got the two item sets here, a and b, that is a contains a1 a2 ak-1 and b contains b1 b2 bk-1. Okay, so these are the two frequent k-1 item sets here. So then when we will be joining here, in order to merge or join these two, that is a and b, so the first that is k-2 items must be same, that is previous items must be same. a1 must be equal to b1, a2 must be equal to b2, a3 must be equal to b3, and so on. ak-2 must be equal to bk-2. If those items match, then only we will be joining. So this is the condition, that is ai is equal to bi, that is a1 must be matched with b1, a2 must be matched with b2. Okay, so for till k-2 items, that is previous items, we will be comparing them. If it is matched, then only we will that is merge these two item sets. That is the procedure for candidate generation in this method, that is fk-1 into fk-1. So for example, so see here, see we have got two frequent two item sets here. Okay, so we will be joining these two item sets here, that is beer diapers, that is matched with it doesn't match with any of these items here, because even though this prefix is same, that is beer and beer is same, but it is going to form only candidate 2 item set, but here we want candidate 3 item set. So we need to compare that with the other items, but here it doesn't match with any of the other items. If you consider bread and diapers, say bread and diapers, see it will match with milk here, so bread and diapers can be compared with bread and milk. So bread and bread is same here, so we can combine that and we can form a candidate 3 item set, that is bread, diapers, and milk. Okay, so in the same way, bread, diapers will not match with any other items here. Next, bread and milk. So again, if you compare this with these items, it will not match. So bread and milk will match with the bread and diapers, but already we have formed one item, that is bread, diapers, and milk. So no need to consider the again item set here. So we will be considering the joining operation only if the first item is same here, that is whenever we are generating candidate 3 items. Okay, then after generating the candidates, we will be pruning those by applying the that is a priori algorithm. Okay, just try to understand the method here. In order to generate c3, we are considering the cross product of f2 with itself, that is f2 cross f2. Okay, so if you're generating c4, then we will be considering f3 cross f3. That is the procedure that is followed in the third method. We will be joining only if the first k-2 items are same in the frequent k-1 item sets. Okay, so now coming to the other method, that is the first one, that is brute force method. So in case of brute force method, see every k item set will be considered as a potential candidate here. Okay, so we will not, that is perform the joining here with the other frequent item sets. Only thing is we will be considering every k item set as a candidate item set. See, after that we will prune these candidates. Okay, so by checking whether they are that is satisfying the a priori property or not. Okay, so every item set, since it is considered as a candidate here, see the number of candidate item sets generated at level case, it will be equal to dck. That is a very huge number. Okay, so it will be generating a more number of candidates here, so it is very very expensive. So this method is very very expensive compared to the method which I explained previously, that is fk minus 1 into fk minus 1, because it will be generating a more number of candidates here. See, the reason is every k item set will be considered as a candidate here. After that we will be pruning the candidates by applying the a priori property. See, for example, see here we have got the items here. Okay, so using these items we have generated the candidate 3 item sets. Okay, so candidate 3 item sets are generated using this. Okay, so that is total number of items is 6 here, and I'm generating the candidate 3 item set, so 6c3. So 63, I guess you'll get the value as 20. So that is 20 number of candidates will be generated here. That is a huge number. By combining these items, okay, that is beer, bread, and then cola, we have generated first candidate, and then beer, bread, and then diapers. That is second, beer, bread, and milk, and then third, beer, bread, and eggs. Like that, we have joined each and every items in order to find the candidates here. So the number of candidates generated is very large here. That is the disadvantage of this brute force approach, because it will be considering each and every item set item as the candidate item set here. So in general, if there are k items in the list, then if you are at the level k, then the total number of that is candidate item sets generated will be dck. Here it is 6c3. So total number of items is 6 here. Okay, and we are at the level 3, so total number of items generated is 63. Okay, that is very very huge, and it is very very expensive. That is the disadvantage of the first method. And second method is fk minus 1 into f1. So in case of fk minus 1 into f1, so we will be joining that is frequent k minus 1 item set with the frequent 1 item set. Okay, so this is one of the alternative method for candidate generation here. Here we will be merging or extending this frequent k minus 1 item set with the other frequent item sets. Normally we'll be considering frequent 1 item sets for the merge here. Okay, so for example, I'll give you example here. So see here, frequent 2 item set is joined with the frequent 1 item set in order to generate the candidate 3 item set. Okay, so frequent 2 item set and then frequent 1 item set. But the procedure that we have followed is we have considered fk minus 1 into fk minus 1. We have merged f2 into f2. That is in our method. But there are other methods like brute force and then fk minus 1 into f1 also. So in this fk minus 1 into f1, see, we will be performing the merging of, for example, f2 with f1 in order to generate the candidates here. So see here, f2 is merged with these items. So beer and bread is checked with beer. Okay, so is it possible to form a candidate 3? So it is not possible. Next, beer and bread, beer and diapers with bread. Okay, we can form one candidate 3 item set, beer, diapers, and bread. And then beer and diapers with diapers. Again, it is not possible. Beer and diapers with milk. So we can form the next one. Like that, we have merged or combined the frequent 2 item set with the frequent 1 item set. Okay, so that is the procedure that we will be following in the second approach, that is fk minus 1 into f1. Okay, so now the that is complexity of this algorithm is big O of fk minus 1 into f. That is the complexity. So here this that is operator is nothing but cardinality that denotes the number of frequent item sets in this that is fk minus 1, and in the same way this is the cardinality or the number of items in f1. So cross product of that will be considered as the complexity of this method. Okay, but the advantages, say, it will be complete, it will not miss any of the candidate item sets here. Okay. So, and coming to the disadvantages, see, one of the disadvantages, say, it will generate the same candidate item set more than once. That is, duplicate candidates will be generated with the help of this algorithm. That is the disadvantage. Okay. So see here, see one of the example is bread, diapers and milk. See this bread, diapers and milk, you can that is find this candidate by combining bread and diapers with milk. That is one option. And also you can combine bread and milk with the diapers in order to get this bread, diapers, milk, or diapers and milk with the bread. See all these combinations or merging is going to result in the same, that is item set bread, diapers and milk. So duplicate item sets or same candidate item sets will be generated by this approach, that is fk minus 1 into f1. That is one of the disadvantage. And second disadvantage is that is computational complexity is going to increase here. So as I said, here the complexity of this algorithm is fk minus 1 into f1. See if you consider a large that is the frequent item sets, if you merge them, then the computational complexity is going to increase. That is also disadvantage. Okay, so then in order to avoid this disadvantage, that is generation of the that is same candidate item set, what we can do is we can arrange the items which are present in the that is frequent item sets in the lexicographic order. Lexicographic order means that in the ascending order, in the alphabetic order, we can arrange the items so that we can avoid generating the duplicate candidates here. So for example, so see here, bread and diapers we can combine with milk, because see here, bread, that is B and then D and then M. These are in ascending order or in the alphabetic order. So we can merge these items. Bread and diapers can be merged with milks in order to form this bread, diapers, milk. But we can't merge this diapers and milk with bread, because see here, D, it starts with D here, and here it is M, and then B. So B is lexicographically smaller or lesser than these two items. So we can't merge these items. So we can merge only the items which are lexicographically arranged or which are alphabetically arranged. So here B, D, and then M, they are in the lexicographic order. So we can combine that and we can form the item that is bread, diapers, milk. But we can't combine bread and milk with the bread, sorry, diapers and milk with the bread, because these diapers and milk are not in the lexicographic order with the bread. So in the same way, bread and milk, it cannot be combined with diapers. See, again, see here, bread and then milk we have got, but diapers, say it comes in between this bread and milk. So we can't combine such items. So in order to avoid the same candidate item set generation, we can that is combine the item sets only if they are lexicographically arranged here. Okay, so that is the second approach. Okay, so that is next thing, so better I will discuss in the next class. Okay, so just wait for 2 minutes, I'll take your attendance.